Welcome to reality. You're now on the Code of Mind channel. You were born, and the pyramids were already standing. Someone pressed play, but you never saw them being built. You only saw traces, stones, photos, legends. Now think about this. Is it really possible, without 21st century technology, to cut multi-ton blocks with millimeter precision, perfectly polished surfaces, blocks weighing 50 tons, fitted together like puzzles, without mortar, so tight that not even a blade can pass between them? Have you ever tried to move even one such block? Human hands are not capable of this. Now shift your attention to Baalbek, Lebanon, a massive platform. 3 trilithons, 3 stones weighing 800 tons each. 800 tons. They didn't just have to be cut, they had to be lifted, moved, aligned. To this day, no crane on earth can replicate this. Or take the Abu Simbel temple in Egypt. Hieroglyphs carved into granite walls as if a laser passed through the stone. And this was supposedly done 3,000 years ago. With what? Stone on stone? A chisel? Come on. You simply opened your eyes, and all these ancient structures were already here. The world was preloaded. You were meant to believe it existed long before you, when in reality, it began existing with you. You walk down the street and it forms behind you like in old video games. Turn around. It's not real until you look at it. You observe. Therefore, it exists. You are the observer. The world doesn't turn on because it exists. It turns on because you are looking. You are the central processor. Everything else is graphics. Pyramids, temples, towers, chronicles. These are not proofs of the past. They are explanations for the present that you need in order to believe this game. You think you appeared in the world, but what if the world appeared inside you? When you remember childhood, you believe it's personal experience. Photos, smells, events, everything feels real. But what if all of it is just a file, uploaded into your system? Think about it. You cannot prove your memories are real. You cannot return there. You cannot show that moment outside your mind. And if I gave you a new memory fragment right now and you started believing you were there, where would the line be between fiction and truth? Neuroscientists know this. The brain does not distinguish imagination from reality. The same areas activate when you remember and when you imagine, which means memory is not storage. It is reconstruction. Every time you remember something, you rewrite it again. Memory does not live in the past. It is recreated in the present. So who inserted all these memories into you before birth? You know what kindergarten looks like, even if you may never have been there. You know how a school bell sounds, but you can't remember why you know it. You believe World War II happened, but you never saw it. You believe you lived in that city, but all you really have is a feeling. And if a feeling can be created, then memory can be implanted too. Like a flash drive in the head, like firmware in a system. You were born and received a data package, memories, beliefs, limits, emotions. But maybe you never lived any of it. Maybe you simply turned reality on and everything inside it appeared at the moment of observation. You think the past has already happened, that it exists somewhere behind you, that it can be remembered, found in archives, restored. But where is it now? If you were switched off, your senses, your thoughts, your consciousness, would anything of what you call the past remain? The answer is no, because the past exists only in your perception. You never see the past directly. You see its interpretation. The world works like an interactive game where the past is rendered at the moment you decide to turn back. You asked a question, and reality offered you a version. You wanted to understand who you were, and a strange fragment appeared in a dream, or a random YouTube story suddenly resonated, or you found a photograph that you are sure did not exist before. This is not a bug. It is an observer adaptation algorithm. The past works like a Google search. You enter a query, you receive a result. But what you see depends not on truth, but on your internal filters. If you believe your childhood was happy, it remains that way in memory. If you decide it was traumatic, images of pain suddenly surface. images that seem to never exist before. This is how loading works. The past is not carved in stone. It is created here and now, inside your perception, which means you can change it. And when you realize this, you begin to suspect something deeper. Everything you know about the world may simply be a reflection of your beliefs. Imagine a movie theater, a giant white screen, and somewhere behind you, a projector. It turns on. Images appear on the screen. People, a house, pain, joy. You look and think, this is reality. But the truth is, everything you see is a projection coming from inside you. The projector is your consciousness, and the film you record your life on is your beliefs, expectations, programs, fears, desires. You fear betrayal. The projector shows you betrayal. You are convinced the world is dangerous, and reality confirms it. You don't believe in love. The world gives you partners who mirror that absence. But the moment you change the inner script, the projector starts showing a different film. This is not esotericism. This is observer physics. A photon behaves differently depending on whether you observe it or not. Reality responds to observation. It is alive. It is fluid. It breathes in rhythm with your consciousness. And as long as you try to change the screen, you are fighting the reflection. Real power is in the projector, in your gaze, in your focus, in how conscious you are while looking. That's why the same events become completely different films for different people. Because everyone has their own projector. Right now, at this very moment, we are all inside one massive event. It is large scale. It changes the rules. It has fractured habitual perception of reality. And what's surprising, each of us has our own version of what is happening. One person found comfort in it. For the first time, they can slow down, rest, hide. Another saw an opportunity for growth, started earning, opened a business, launched a new path. Someone felt like a victim and now lives inside guilt, fear, resentment. And someone packed their bags, left, and is building a bright, powerful future in a new country, a new body, a new version of themselves. The event is one. The projection is different. Everyone has their own screen, their own perception camera, their own thinking lens. Even among close people inside the same family, views can be radically different. One person suffers and curses everything. Another sees new meanings unfolding. And the strangest part, even those who loudly say one thing may internally think something completely different. They repeat, everything is bad. But in their mind they are already building plans, dreaming, searching for options, secretly glad that a chance appeared to exit the old system. Because one world is 100 different reflections. You don't see what is. You see what you live inside. That's why there is no universal script. That's why one truth never works for everyone. Everyone has their own path, their own role, their own projector. And if you see someone living this differently, don't judge. They are looking through a different lens. And when all of this ends, the world will also be different for everyone. Everything begins simply. They told you you were made from a rib, but DNA is different in everyone. What about races? Different skin colors? Different blood types? Why are you like this and another completely different? They said there are languages, but why are there thousands? Why are children born with the same mouth yet hear and speak on completely different frequencies? They said there are borders on, but you see no real fences on the globe. Who invented them? Why? Why is this line here and not 2 kilometers to the left? They said this is your profession, your role, your country. But why didn't you choose any of it? Why was everything already here before you and then you begin to understand you are not in the world, you are inside a version of the world? Inside a template that was given to you. They handed you a projector and threw you a reel. This is your life. Believe. You are what illuminates everything you look at. Your attention is light. And where there is light, a scene appears. First you saw the film. Now you see cracks in the scenery. Unfinished code. programs not completed, like space theory and full of gaps, like human history, where every cycle contradicts the previous one. What happens when you stop seeking support in the past? When you stop waiting for old signals from the matrix? When you stop catching other people's thoughts to understand who you are? The awakening of the Creator happens, the one who looks not with eyes, but with consciousness, the one who no longer asks, "Is it allowed?" He simply does. You begin to notice. Reality is waiting for your signal. You don't adapt to it. It responds to you. And in that moment you understand, everything, from thoughts to events, is not a reflection of you but a derivative of you. If there is chaos inside, the world collapses. If there is clarity inside, it aligns by itself. You can walk in silence, and silence appears around you. You can walk with intention, and space begins to bend. You are not meant to adjust to it. It is waiting for your command. You are the center of the scene, the main projector, the director and the performer, the code that zappascayed everything. And the moment you realize this, everything that was impossible becomes your new normal. You exit sleep mode. You no longer follow the script lines. You become the line. You are the current. You are the spark. You are the one who turns all of this on. And in that moment, the world begins to listen to you. Because for the first time, you finally turned yourself on. Thank you for being with me on this channel. I wish you the best possible branch of reality. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.